They have a legitimate concern about us moving NATO into the Ukraine. We would never let them put missile systems in Canada or Mexico. We would invade if they did that, and we have to be able to put ourselves in their positions.
Robert Kennedy, sobrino de John F. Kennedy y candidato presidencial de Estados Unidos, reveló en una entrevista las motivaciones ocultas de la Casa Blanca en la guerra en Ucrania y los acuerdos incumplidos por Estados Unidos y la OTAN que condujeron al estallido del conflicto.
Said at that time, famously, we will not move NATO 1 inch to the east. Since then, we have moved it 1,000 miles to the east and 14 countries, and we put Aegis missile systems in Romania and Poland right near Russia's border. When Russia put nuclear missiles in Cuba, which is farther away than we now have, to Moscow, we would have invaded if they hadn't withdrawn them. My uncle was president then. We would have gone in. Zelensky ran for president for the first time. He's a comedian and actor with no political experience. He won on a peace platform with 70% of the vote. His campaign was, I will sign them and ratify the Minsk Accords if I'm elected. And as soon as he got elected, he pivoted. Why? Because of U.S. pressure from the neocons, from Victoria Nuland and the neocons in the White House. They did not want peace. On February 24th, 2022, in April, there was a peace outreach by Putin and Zelensky. And they actually signed a peace agreement. And at that time, and Boris Johnson was dispatched by the White House to sabotage that agreement. The Russians were acting in good faith. After signing that agreement, they were actually withdrawing troops from the area around Kiev. So it was clear that they were operating in good faith at that point, and we were not operating in good faith. The reason for America's presence in the Ukraine is to degrade the Russian military and exhaust its capacity to operate anywhere in the world. That is the opposite of a humanitarian mission. Phil Donahue was the most important, the most popular daytime host. And do you know what happened to him at the height of his popularity? He told the truth about the Iraq war. He said there are no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. 2 days later, he lost his job. What I'm saying today, I know 10 years from now, everybody's going to understand this is the truth. We have been lied to by our press, by our government, and we need to start hearing the truth, and we need to stop paying attention to these comic book depictions that say there's bad guys and good guys, and America's always the good guy, and we never make mistakes. We have to understand there's nuance, there's complexity in our relationships, and we need to be able to put ourselves in the shoes of our adversaries if we're going to have true peace in the world, which we all want.
Kennedy denunció la manipulación de los medios de comunicación y la falsa narrativa de los Estados Unidos como héroes del mundo. Además, llamó a la audiencia a entender que el conflicto en Ucrania es más complejo de lo que dicen. Soy Carla Álvarez y esto es Notibomba.